Aaron Stark, a friend of Mark's, is giving a speech. He describes how he's find a girl, and the latter reluctantly agrees. Later, Mark joins his partner. Her accomplices get into a black vehicle and prepare to leave. Seeing this, Mark has become aware that they're being pursued and make an effort to flee. Mark goes into a blackout. In this period, everyone loses consciousness, and Calendar posts stuff on a bulletin board and drinks some alcohol. The day is and look for Mark because he knows too much about the global outage. Back vehicle accidents, crashed aircraft, blazing fires, and even a saved some people. For instance, Bryce, who is having a go at his life, hospital to assist Olivia. At the hospital, everyone is left equally confused. Tumor. The weird thing is that Dylan knows Olivia, despite her meeting him. For the matters worse, Olivia and the hospital staff are unable to find his father. He has nothing to do with what happened. Later, as all the FBI agents are in a meeting, they give it the name Flash Forward. Oh shit, they said it. Hearing this, or here, all the flashes took place on the 29th of April, 6 months from now, he will be dead. On the other hand, Janice that in his vision, he was investigating the cause of the Flash Forward. Hearing this, people from around the world can post their visions. This way they can search for Pat Flash. He saw that the name of the investigation was Mosaic. The name D. Blue Hand were written on another note. One of the masked men coming to kill him had a... Elsewhere, a tired Olivia wonders what her flash meant. She had seen a man in her flash. She shares this with Mark, but instead of being angry, he comforts her by arrives to visit his kid. In a shocking turn of events, it is revealed, so Mark doesn't inquire about it, but just then, he notices something in her palm. As flash events are unfolding, Mark becomes overwhelmed, but nonetheless, every video depicts the same thing. People all over the globe blacking out except for one figure. The person slowly moves along the stadium until mates, when she is forced to share what she saw in the blackout. Later, as to 18, as he continues explaining the situation, a woman interrupts at the door, stating that there is an issue at his daughter's school. In the next scene, Mark bad. Later, Mark and Olivia discuss the matter and speculate that their daughter claims that they're spending too much time and money on the useless website. But shortly after, as Dimitri and Mark are talking about D. Gibbons, Jan asked about her flash. She describes an angry phone call about pigeons with an unking. Lloyd approaches her to thank her for saving his son's life. Seeing him, Leah then asks Charlie if she recognizes Lloyd, but the little girl replies that she had seen him in her flash. Back at the field office, Janice reports that the only that a cloned card was used by someone else. Either that or Gibbons was purchased. Realizing that the word may be of significant importance, Janice searches for the term, but their daughter's reaction to seeing Dylan and about meeting the man she saw in her. Dimitri interrupts them with an important lead. It turns out that Gibbons' clone officer, the FBI and the Pigeon Sheriff's Department have staked out the local bus station with no passengers on it, much to the dismay of the group. But as they are about the factory and sees a shadow on the move. Unfortunately, while pursuing it, marked by computer equipment, he drops the lighters and they erupt in flames. But the mysterious man escapes and releases some grenades, setting off a heavy-duty computer hacker. Later, the FBI agents discover that indicating that they both are connected. As Dimitri is leaving the FBI building, 15th, 2010, she further tells him that he will be shot 3 times. She tells him that she got into trouble in school because she was afraid of what she wrote about Rudolf Geyer, a convicted Nazi imprisoned in Quale, Germany. Lo and behold, he turns out to be the same man that Mark was investigating and arrives from Seattle, and the two proceed to a motel. While lying in bed, he lies that he also witnessed the same event. At the hospital, officers and a good friend of Mark, she claims to have seen a young boy. A is being held, and, along with the warden and Geyer's attorney, begin to question. After a lot of deliberation, Mark agrees to the deal, as though he has which make no sense to the detectives at all. Enraged, Mark gives Geyer one with a customs official, Jerome Murphy. He told Murphy that he had a murderer's flash. Dimitri meets with Murphy and inquires if he also saw the same as Geyer his freedom, and asks him to explain everything else that he knows. The old man gives Mark a book about birds to research more about them. Meanwhile, at a memorial to set their wedding date for the D-Day, that is, April 29th, 2000, in which large numbers of birds died. He and Janice head to the office to look through experienced a mass loss of consciousness, eerily similar to the global black. Later, he sees a large number of crows flocking around him. To his surprise, just on the ground. The episode ends as a large aircraft in the center of the village. The channel out. Thank you for watching.